film I watched in March of 2021. I appreciate you guys being here. If you are a new subscriber, thank you. And if you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate you as well. And if you are new here, it'd be fantastic if you go check out my other content to see if I'm worth subscribing to. And if I'm worth subscribing to you, I appreciate that and appreciate the subscription. And don't forget to click the bell to get notified of every video. Let's get into every film I watched in March for the first time of 2021. First up, we have Crazy Stupid Love. This movie was a highly anticipated movie of mine. Like, it's got Emma Stone, you got Ryan Gosling, you got Steve Carell. Absolutely a fantastic cast. It's hilarious, and there's an ending to this where it was like, I should have seen that going. It was so hilarious. And then up next is we have Irma La Douce, directed by Billy Wilder and starring Jack Lemmon. Kind of a interesting film from the 60s about a prostitute who comes to grips with reality as a new guy comes into her life and kind of changes her. It's really interesting. And then we have Gun Crazy. We have a 40s version of Pride and Prejudice. We have Lassie's The Painted Hills. We have Raya and the Last Dragon, which I actually got to see in theaters. It was really great to go to the theater and see this. I find this movie to be a very middle of the road Disney animated film. It's good, but it's, comparing to the rest of it, it's very middle of the road. And then we have the sequel coming to America. This movie was just so disappointing. I cannot believe what happened. The original is just absolutely fantastic. This, I just don't know what happened. I don't know why it didn't land. It just wasn't funny. It's so sad to me. I was highly anticipating it too. And then we have Hulu's Boss Level with Frank Grillo and Mel Gibson. This is actually a really fun Groundhog Day type story, where he relives the day over and over, where he gets killed and whatever. It's kind of like a video game. It's hilarious, and the action is actually pretty fantastic too. And then we have True Romance, Chasing Amy. We have Paranorman. We have Broken Flowers. Then we have a really cool movie, Warm Bodies. I had low expectation for this. It's actually a really good love story. And how it kind of turns its head on the zombie story. Oh man, if you have not seen it, please watch it. It is fantastic. And then we have the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. It was okay. The highlight of this movie was Keanu Reeves, and he's in this movie a lot more than I would have thought he was. It's with Keanu Reeves, that's probably the best part of the movie. And then we have the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, the one from 2015. It's okay. Then we have, from 1983, Bad Boys. Not that Bad Boys, but... and then we have Charlie Chaplin's A Day's Pleasure. Then we have Apple Plus's Cherry with Tom Holland. This is just a heartbreaking story. Like, Tom Holland is amazing in this. It'll be interesting when the 2022 Oscars comes around, because Tom Holland deserves at least an Oscar nomination for this role. It's just a heartbreaking story. And then we have The Croods, A New Age. We have The Mission, which I found to be rather disappointing. And then we have The Father. What a beautiful story of a man, a aging man, coming down with dementia, and him gripping with that reality. It's such a heartbreaking story. I relate to this well because we had my grandmother live with us for about 3 years, and sometimes it wasn't fun coming down there saying hi and her not knowing who you are and all that kind of stuff. And this movie, The Father, I highly recommend. It's a masterpiece in my eyes. And then we have from 1953, From Here to Eternity. We have 1919's Broken Blossoms, I should say. And then we have 2001's Amelia. Ooh, this movie is beautifully shot. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then we have The Mark of Zorro from 1920, one of the original Zorros. And then we have the original Mr. Deeds Goes to Town. Adam Sandler remade this movie called Mr. Deeds. The original, it's good, but sadly I kind of enjoy the remake of Adam Sandler's a bit more. And then we have Nightmare Alley. I watched Nightmare Alley because if you watched my most anticipated movies of 2021, back in January, you'll know that I am highly anticipating for the end of this year Guillermo del Toro's remake of this. So I finally watched the original, and it was fine. It was fine, but I am highly anticipating Guillermo del Toro's rendition of this. Then we have Road to Bali. We have HBO Max's Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I found rather boring and tedious to get through. That's just me. I think the one scene that was really cool was the Flash scene as he goes back in time. But that's basically pretty much it. Maybe it'll be fine on rewatch if I watch it with a friend, but for me, it's just tedious to get through and kind of boring to me. So, and then we have 1995's Top Dog, 1964's A Shot in the Dark. We have the sequel to A Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Revenge. We have Child's Play 2. And then we have Becky, a really neat thriller with Kevin James as the villain, a Nazi, straight out of Who Escaped from Jail. It's a fantastic thriller. And Kevin James, he's got that comedy, but oh my word, does he have the chops for acting dramatically. It's fantastic. I highly recommend Becky. And then we have Minari. We have Nobody, another film I was highly anticipating. It's good. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be, but it is good. I highly recommend it. And then we have 2007's The Nanny Diaries with Scarlett Johansson. And it's fun watching her and Chris Evans in this film. Be lovers in this. It's really cool watching their relationship, how it all started and all that kind of stuff. And then we have The Haunted Castle, Cinderella from the 1800s. We have The Kingdom of the Fairies, Alice in Wonderland from the early 1900s. Cool little silent films that you can find on YouTube. And then we have 1919's True Heart Susie. And last but not least, The Man Who Laughs. A fantastic silent film from 1928. It's the film that inspired The Joker. It is fantastic. I highly recommend it. It is so good. And that was my first time watches of March 2021. I appreciate you guys being here. If you are new here, please click the subscribe button and click the bell to get notified of future videos. And if you are a returning subscriber, I seriously appreciate you guys being here. Until next time, stay random.